So, have you ever come to that point where you have macaroni box and don't have a sauce packet because you love cheese and you kind of used it for cheesy fries or put it into another box, so now you're stuck with just some noodles without cheese, and you have a limited amount of cheese, and you only just want like one little bowl. It's quite a big bowl for me, but I love mac and cheese, so I will eat a lot of it. But you're not making it for a whole whack of people, and you don't want to use a whole lot of cheese, but you still want mac and cheese. I have a solution for you. And you know what it uses? That, yes. It uses a microwave. I know, it's crazy, but it's exactly what you use. Because boxes do tell you you can make them in the microwave. So I'm not using the entire box. I've still got some left in there to mix with another box for another time if I want to. So I am using quite a bit of this just because I do love mac and cheese, as I had said. So there's a lot in here. So basically, you pour how much you want in there. And then I looked at a lot of different recipes and stuff, and they tell you how much you put in and all that fun stuff for water and stuff. But basically, you kind of just have to eyeball it. You really do. So since I'm doing this with one hand, this should be interesting. You are basically just going to pour some water. I'll just fill this straight up, even if I don't use it all. Okay. And you just have to put enough water that it covers the entire noodles here. Oh, I would say about that much. I can drain some if I need to. Then you're going to come over here to the lovely microwave. Open it up and put it in your microwave. And you want to microwave it for about 8 minutes, taking out every minute and stirring. So since I am kind of doing this with my phone to record and stuff, gotta have a cup of tea. It may become a little difficult sometimes, but you know what? We'll work it out. So while it's on its first minute, you can always come in here, take out your milk. If you are someone who likes to add a little bit of milk to their Kraft Dinner, I know I am. Makes it nice and creamy. Cheese. I know I don't have a whole lot of room around here. 2 people in a tiny apartment. There we go. I'll just set that water there. And find some butter. He said he bought butter. There we go. And a little bit of butter. There we go. So, oh, it's done its first minute. Take that out. Be careful if the bowl ever gets too hot. They want you to stir it just so that it like breaks it up. And if you're like me, you know that trick of adding like a little bit of salt or like oil to help stop it from sticking so much. So there we go. We're gonna put that back in, and I'm not going to bore you guys from showing you this entire thing. So I will be back when the cheese is shredded and the macaroni is done cooking. Okay, so we are back, and for a quick correction, I'm literally never tried this before, so this is more like a test to see if it actually works. So basically, it only takes about 4 minutes to actually really cook the macaroni. So once it's been in there for about 4 minutes, you can see it's done. And I would actually try to shred the cheese at the beginning, because for the first about minute, it's fine. But after that, it starts to bubble up. So I would switch it to stirring it about every 30 seconds. that's something that can work. So I actually separated my cheese into 2 different bowls. And like I said, yes, it's a lot of cheese because I love a lot of cheese. And I put a little bit of the separate bowl just to kind of garnish the top with, make it look a little bit more pretty. So now we're going to take some butter, and again, I'm not giving you a specific recipe because it's basically like however much noodle you want. Cover it with water. Like, it's really all based off of, I'm trying to do this with one hand here. It's all based off of personal preference and how much cheese you like and how much butter you like and stuff like that. So there we go. Got that. So now you can see it's really sticking together. Try to get that off of there. Gonna take some butter. If I can do this with one hand, that'd be awesome and cool. Basically pour that there. Can't quite do it with one hand. Sorry for the screen. So I put about that much butter for me personally. I will just set this aside for now. Basically, you're going to stir this up into here like that. Add a little bit of milk, however much you prefer. Oh boy. Almost practically a brand new milk doing this with one hand. Woo! There, about that much milk is my personal preference. Put that aside. Stir it all together. If after the 4 minutes you've still got a little bit of water, test it obviously to taste because every microwave is different and stuff. You can drain out the water basically. There we go. Now you're going to take cheese here. Or don't be me, probably. Don't try to be me and put it all in through the plate like that. Probably won't work. You're basically going to put all that in there. I'll save the rest of that for my garnish too. Give it a tiny stir. Not a huge stir. You don't need a huge stir for this. Just a tiny one. Just like that. And now you will put it back in the microwave to make sure the butter is all melted and the cheese all melts. If it's hot, like tends to be, if you got bowls that can get hot, I would just recommend picking it up with an oven mitt, putting it in the microwave. And I kept that time on, and I'm just going to kind of eyeball it. So you're basically just going to let that cheese melt now. And I will be back when it is all done. And we are back. So the cheese is all melted. Again, I just eyeballed it, took it out, stopped it every 30-40 seconds-ish, and gave it a stir. So this is a very, very thick mac and cheese, as you can see. If you are someone who likes a little bit more creamy, you can definitely now at this point add a little bit of milk. And I will actually have to set this phone down to do that. There we go. I added a little bit of more milk. And it is pretty much done. Just adding my garnishing cheese, which I know is a lot of cheese, but like I said, I love cheese. Me, I don't care personally if my macaroni is thick or creamy. Me, I'm eating it because it's cheesy. Because I am just in love with cheese. I love grilled cheese sandwiches, which is pretty much one of the only ways I'll eat like bread besides like bagels and English muffins. And I just like, I'll only eat cauliflower if it's like drizzled in a whole whack of cheese. Then I can kind of just add a little bit of salt. And I eat mac and cheese sometimes with a spoon or with a fork. But now is the taste test. It is definitely very delicious. It's no baked macaroni and cheese, but it's definitely very delicious when you just want one quick and easy. Say maybe it's the holidays and you're cooking a whole whack of stuff and you're preparing and putting away and realize you haven't eaten since 8 o'clock this morning and it's like 3 o'clock in the afternoon, or you haven't even eaten all day. And you realize, oh, I'm hungry, but you still have 5 hours of baking and cooking to do. This is very quick and easy because you can easily, if you're good at multitasking, you do it while you are cooking your other stuff. So here is this very simple very simple microwave mac and cheese. So I would definitely say this hack works. Bon appetit!